which I understand. Nobody in the NFL has been able to do this so far. This is a tough question to answer, but I mean, where I assume you're always gonna start with slowing down the run game. It's something that Kyle Shanahan teams have always been really good at, but where so many people have failed to throw off Brock Purdy, where would you start to try to do that? I mean, it doesn't seem like you could get away with playing a lot of man defense against this offense, but maybe the Browns are equipped to do that with their secondary. I mean, where would you try to start to come up with a game plan to get him off his game?
Yeah, I think that's the question everybody in the league right now is sitting up in late meetings trying to figure out. I think the question you brought up about man coverage is a really interesting one. And it's one that we have kind of real high on our board getting ready to go into the game. The Browns play single high man coverage more than any team in the league. That is what they do. They want to be aggressive off the edge. They want to rush the passer, stop the run, force you into pass, and say, I dare you to block Myles Garrett. And we're going to man you up, and that ball better come out fast, because if you don't, Myles Garrett is going to be in your lap. That's their style, right? And it's a very effective one. With that said, the interchangeable pieces that San Francisco has on offense makes them very hard to match man. For instance, if I have Christian McCaffrey and I'm the strong safety, or I'm an outside linebacker, or whatever the personnel is, but now Christian McCaffrey's out at wide receiver, and my nickel corner has Deebo Samuel, but now Deebo Samuel standing next to Brock Purdy in the backfield. For that nickel corner to guard Deebo Samuel, he's got to line up at linebacker. And now my linebacker, who's got Christian McCaffrey, is lined up out at defensive back, guarding him on the perimeter. The entire construction of the defense breaks down when you want to go match. I got you. It's a hard scheme to man up, because when they break the huddle, you don't know where everyone's going to line up. You don't know what the formation is going to look like from a personnel standpoint. So that's a challenge. I think that has been something teams have struggled against this version of the 49ers since Christian got there last year. So I'll be very interested to see what Schwartz's adjustment. You don't want to just all of a sudden reinvent yourself, but you also have to make sure you play the game that you're playing. So I think that's a really good question. How would I stop them? I would try to. You got to win on early downs, right? You have to take them out of downs where the option to run or pass is the same. And that's winning on first and second down, forcing them into must throws, forcing them into must pass downs where they can't use, their action game. They can't use their boot game. They can't use their, all their misdirection run. You have to force them into passing downs. Now, having said that, Brock Purdy's been fantastic on those downs too. So I don't know if there is a clear path. I think you have to make things as difficult as possible for them, make them as one-dimensional as possible for them. And then you're going to have some things go your way. You got to get a couple sacks. You got to get a couple turnovers. You got to get a couple tip passes that go to bounce the right way. I think that's the formula, if that is even a formula. But good teams don't really have a formula to beat them. You got to be creative.
Right.